Baseball, America's pastime. It's a game about emotions, connection, close plays, broken records, triumphs.
I've seen a lot of things in professional sports, but never in my life have I seen anything like this.
And championships.
Left side, Swanson to first. The Browns are world champions.
Join us each week as we watch these stories unfold. On Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. Let me tell you something. We change that song every week we come on. We got ousted with the Ozzy song. Hey, it's another Wednesday Hump Day edition of Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. On the other side, of course,
Carl Maglowski.
What's going on, buddy?
What's going on?
Hey, your Mr. Hopper had Tommy John today.
Yes, he did.
Ah,
Yes, he did.
what's going on with that? I can never share these things to this group fast enough before I go on anymore.
With him having the surgery, they don't know. They didn't give an estimated timetable when he'll be back. So they're saying maybe May, June, maybe. We'll see what happens if he can start swinging a bat. Hopefully in February for spring training. Hopefully. Definitely can't throw until that's healed. So he'll be hitting again until it's fully healed. And then they're going to... I don't know why they waited today to do it. They should have did it a couple weeks ago after they got eliminated. They should have did it after they got bounced on a couple weeks ago. That next couple days after the season, he should have had it done already. I don't know why you waited another couple weeks to whatever. It had to get done. It's done. We'll see what timetable will be. Hopefully,
It's all right. Don't. They're all right. They're all right.
Hopefully they'll swing a bat. They'll let him swing a bat, and he'll DH. And then hopefully by the end of the year, he's in the field again. We'll see.
Well, there's been a lot of moves lately. Hunter Renfroe went to the Angels.
Yeah.
Looks like the Angels don't want to be the laughing stock of the West anymore. So they've been making moves.
They also extended yesterday. They also gave
Mr. Dombrowski there.
another three-year extension, so he's there till 27.
And also the Brew Crew in Milwaukee is looking at Aroldis Chapman. He might go back to the NL. So good riddance.
Yep.
I'll hear the cab and I'll pack his bags. So what else is going on there, buddy?
Not much. Same old stuff. Eagles put out comeback win on Sundays to improve 9-1. With help with Dallas beating Minnesota, still have the 2-game lead over Minnesota because they beat them already. So it's a tiebreaker because they already beat them. So tomorrow I am a huge. We'll go over the picks later. Tomorrow I'm a huge New England Patriot fan tomorrow, and I'm actually going to root for the Giants tomorrow also over the Cowboys. So later in the show, after we get done with our guest, when we do our NFL picks, I'll give my expertise a little bit later in the show.
Well, expertise. I don't know. We should have kept track of that all year. See what our records would have been.
And we have Christian back. We have Chris with us
Hey,
tonight.
Christian's back on the other side of Glassy.
What's up?
Where you been hiding? Under a rock?
Man, I've been,
He's been at the other place.
yeah, I've been at Bellworks, man.
We went to, what did we? No, we didn't go that night.
Well, to be quite honest, I've been working a lot outside of this place.
That's what Ming told us.
Yeah, I've been working a lot with Smodcastle and Kevin Smith.
Yes, that's what he said.
Yeah, he said Kevin Smith even bought a
Netflix,
a movie theater?
Netflix place. Yeah.
And I just directed a short film. So me and my buddies were currently prepping another film and then also prepping to go make a movie. So I'm all over.
I want to be in the movie, all right?
I'll get you a cameo.
I'll stand under the tree with an umbrella.
That's
It's-
oddly specific.
We could be like CJ. We could just be the audience. We could just be the guest. The
CJ,
extra.
yeah.
We
We'll
can be
be,
the extras.
we'll be an extra. An extra what?
But did you guys miss me? Did you cry that I wasn't there?
Hey, look, we lost, two originals. We were supposed to have a big show with K Walls last. Everybody knows Kevin Wall. One of our co-hosts was a producer at WFAN and went on to bigger and better things. Is now at ESPN. So he moved out to Connecticut. I was talking to him just the other day. Today he told me he's doing the night shift, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So all's good with him. Matty Ice is doing his thing, and we're still here. You know, I miscalculated. January is going to be 5 years we're doing this.
5 for you. 5 for you.
Yeah. Well, 5 for me. Yeah.
5 for you.
All right. Let's not waste this gentleman's time because let me tell you, I saw this on Facebook. I said I gotta great. I love feel good stories. I love stories. I'm going to introduce Jim Rushford. He's going to tell us everything. He's originally from Chi-Town.
Okay.
He went to San Diego State University. He played for the Aztecs.
Okay. Aztecs. Okay.
And I love stories like this. And all the way from Arizona, and joining us on the show, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Rushford. What's going on, Jim?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, my man. How's it going? How's the weather?
It's actually finally getting cold here.
It's a little chilly here. Now I got to ask a question that's been bugging me for a long time. How come they don't change the clocks in Arizona like everybody else?
Yeah, I don't know the story behind it, but I really love it because everyone's got a 3 o'clock in their house, adjust the schedule and everything. I keep everything just after whether I'm in California or Colorado.
Yeah, because it's weird. If you're in Vegas on one side, it's a different time, and you just hop out of a line to Arizona, it's totally different. They're like, come get me now. It's a different. Where are you? It's weird. So, how did this all work out for you in playing baseball? Where'd you start?
It's a long road. The beginning was like probably any I was staying out as a young kid and got that D1 scholarship. And that's when things got a little worse. I played years in San Diego State. I got undrafted. And it was back and forth, playing the ball, working out games. That when the cycles finally hot and sort of gelled as player, kind of had a big season Duluth in 2000. And, the Brewers ended up playing baseball. From that point on, played mostly AAA. I got off in the big leagues in 02 with the Brew Crew.
Hold on a second. We're good. Oh, we're good? No, he was just checking the audio, our producer. So you've been with the Brew Crew your whole career, even in the minors?
As far as affiliated teams, I spent 3 the Brewers and 4 with the Phillies.
Okay.
I had a short stint with the Rangers in the middle of all that.
All right, cool.
The rest was a number of independent leagues. Yeah.
Now, when did you get the scholarship? What year did you enroll at San Diego State?
91, I graduated from Maine South High School in Chicago, and me and my mom and dad, we all moved to San Diego, and I actually walked on the SDSU team. I turned down some scholarships in Illinois. I was trying to get out of the cold weather. And, I made the team as a walk-on, and then they did give me a scholarship after that.
Okay. Now, what position did you play when you went to San Diego State?
Yeah, so I was a left-handed pitcher and a right fielder.
Okay.
Oh wow.
And I was actually excelled more at pitching. It looked like that was maybe my better path. But as time went on, my fastball kind of topped out at mid 80s, maybe upper 80s on a good day, and wasn't going to cut it. And I got really into weightlifting, and once I kind of beefed up, the ball started flying off my bat, and I just kind of turned into a whole new player.
Oh wow.
So I just committed myself to being a position player after that.
Now, they do this they do it now in the college baseball game now when I see it on TV. I bet they probably did it back when you were playing there. Did they have where you could be playing right field for the first like 8 innings or 7 innings, but you had a electric arm that you would come in and they would have you close for the last 2 innings? Did your coach do that with any of your teammates?
Absolutely. Coach Jim Dietz, he was a kind of outside the box thinker, and, he was open to those kind of things. And I would play right field and say maybe like the 6th inning, tough spots, a couple lefties are coming up in the order. He'd bring me in from right. I'd get us out of it, and then I'd go back out to right. And then there was even a couple times I pitched twice in the same game.
Oh wow.
We would lose the DH. I probably made it a little complicated for him, but strategically he thought it was worth it. And I had no problem just coming from right field and pitching. I would, maybe if I knew I was going to be brought in, I might throw a few sliders to the center fielder or something like that.
Right.
Get it ready.
Yeah, because I remember when I was watching when they would have the College World Series when I got the answer wrong last week. I said the wrong university when Tim Hudson used to play for Auburn. He would actually be the DH, and then he would actually come in, and then they would use him as a pitcher. So he was a two-way player. So I would see it when he was in the World Series that they would use him like that, and then that's what they did back then. They just have he was a pitcher, but when he didn't pitch, he was a DH.
Didn't they do that with Shohei this year?
Yeah. They do that with Ohtani, but that's what they did back in the day when, like, say, when Jim went to school and all that. They still do it.
I think they still do it. I know Little Leagues did it. What's going on, Kay? Little Leagues did it. A lot of different schools that I think and everything did it for a while. I mean, I don't remember doing it when I played Little League in Brooklyn, but pitching was a thing. My dad back in '86, be a pitcher. He used to yell at me, "I'll send you to Florida to be a pitcher." Because I idolized Greg Nettles and Dave Winfield, so I went from being a third baseman to a right fielder, just like you, and try to grab number 31 as much as I could when I played out there. So I like right field. It's like, is it one of the easiest positions on the field? Because you're really not covering that much ground, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, the funny thing about left compared to right is you'd think it would just be the mirror image. If you can do one, you can do the other, but you get different types of fly balls in right than you do in left.
Yeah.
You get kind of more like those flares and duck farts and those lofted balls out to right, whereas in left, you just, you kind of get those piss rod line drives.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's just funny that it's different, but it really is. And but right and left, you don't have to cover the ground that you have to in center. I think the distance of the throw is a little overrated. Like it doesn't matter so much as long as you got enough.
Yeah,
Get it to third.
without a doubt.
Right. And when you went, when my memory is serves me right. So when you were at San Diego State, your school, the Aztecs, were they in the Western Athletic Conference, the WAC?
Yeah, at the time they were.
Yep, they were the WAC, so they would
Okay.
always play. They were like, let's say, football and all that. So when he went to school, he probably, I know he never saw him, but Marshall Falk was actually went to school at the same time he did.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
No,
Yep.
I mean, I knew him.
You know him?
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple classes with him, and
Okay.
Coach Dietz got him and another football player to come out for the baseball team.
Okay.
one
Oh,
year.
wow.
And I think he just I guess Marshall had played in high school, but he hadn't played since. And this other player, kind of the same thing, but they were unbelievably athletic, and Marshall had the speed. So he thought, we can use that out here. And him and the football player, they came out for a month or two, and I think they just decided it just wasn't worth it.
Right.
I mean, Marshall knew he was, he was going big time in football, and so they kind of dropped the idea.
Right.
Did you complete your 4 years of college, or you went right to the minor leagues at a certain time?
Yeah, I finished, and that was kind of maybe one silver lining about being undrafted and kicking around for a while. It was like, well, I might as well. I'm almost done with school. Let's finish school. So by the time my career got going, I already had my degree.
Nice.
I was a little older.
And what was your degree in at school? What did you go for?
So kinesiology, fancy name for physical education.
Okay. Okay. Now, do you still do the phys ed now with what you do either at the school or business now with your
the degree specifically? Well, my current job right now, I'm a medical bill coder. So I code medical charts for emergency room doctors, and I do it from home. And one of the reasons I was able to get the job, because I was not a certified coder going in. Usually they're looking for someone who has a certain certification, was because of the coursework I took in college. I had a human anatomy and exercise physiology and all these things. And I'm like, okay, well, you'll be familiar with what's the doctors are talking about and what's going on. So it has helped for that. I was a personal trainer way back in the day. So the degree was good for that. But mostly it's just being able to say, hey, I got a college degree.
Okay.
Regardless of what the major was.
Nice. Now, who was your first minor organization to play in the minors? What did you start out first?
So my first team was the Du Bois County Dragons in the Independent Heartland League, now defunct. And we played in Huntsville, Indiana, southern Indiana. And it was in the stadium that they filmed, with the Rockford Peaches and the
League of Their Own.
League of Their Own.
Oh, really? Wow.
So it was built to look like an old time World War II type of stadium. It was super cool. It was like you kind of went back in time, and it was, you felt like you were playing with like the baseball greats of the past in there. And that was just a low level independent league. Like it was younger players. Most of the guys, it was their first professional deal. I did independent off and on for a few years, and I got picked up by the Northern League off the Duluth Superior Dukes in 2000 by the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, nice. Now, were you involved in any trades in your career?
There's one funny one. I mean, so in '99 I played for the Schaumburg Flyers, and I was excited to go back in 2000 and play for them again. Now this was the Northern League at the time.
Okay.
So this is a better independent league. There's more experienced players. You got some guys who AAA big league experience in the past, and probably like a AA caliber. And I was excited to go back to Schaumburg. And then right before the season, I got called from Ron Kittle, former Chicago White Sox. He was my manager. He's like, well, I wanted to be the first one to tell you, but and I'm not happy about it, but you got traded to Duluth. It turned out I got traded for a shortstop in Duluth who had hit 220 the season before, and it just so happened that the Schaumburg was looking for a shortstop, and outfielders were expendable, and I was the trade. And in the end, this shortstop, he never even showed up, and he just called it a career and hung it up. So they got nothing for giving me away.
It's a no-show. No-show for the show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Now, when you started in the independent league, how was the money average? Was the money okay for you to make a living, or you still had to get a part-time job to when you guys weren't playing? And or also number two, how long was the season for that you played in an independent league in a season?
Yeah. Okay. So the money in independent ball is barely anything. So you better.
I think it's still like that now too.
It's still really bad. I mean, even if you were a veteran player that had been around, you're not going to make a ton of money because, these are standalone businesses that have to turn a profit.
Right.
So they can't. They just don't. The money's not there to pay a ton. But the nice thing is, if you're a guy who you've been released and you want a second chance, or you were overlooked the first time and undrafted, this is the way to do it. And you can keep your career going and have a good time and play some professional baseball. But my first team, Du Bois, was $500 a month.
Wow.
By the time I got to Duluth, I made $1,000 a month. You got to either find a host family or, shack up with a whole bunch of people and split the rent. You got to be creative. Absolutely have to work in the off season. If you have, a special skill or some kind of in where you can just plug into a good paying job in the off season, you're in really good shape. But otherwise it's tough because you're trying to find a temporary job, and it's something where they're not even have time to train you or may not want to train you and invest that in you when they know you're leaving. So it's kind of like comes down to things like, more like manual labor type of jobs or pizza delivery, which was I fell in the pizza delivery, turned out to kind of work the best for me, but it's just something you can step in, you can do it, you can make some money. And then, when the season comes, you can say, okay, I'm taking off. I'll see you, next fall, and they're okay with it. Yeah.
Right. Now this is funny because I knew he was the pizza delivery guy, and we ordered pizza tonight, and it's still not here. So I'm going to blame him if it doesn't show up.
Now, how long? Now, when you played in the league, how long was the season? How many months did it go in Independent League?
So like the low level, the Heartland League, it started late. It was like June, July.
I was going to say that. And they end like in September. Somebody's. You see, they
higher leagues will start. They'll start April, May, and go to September. So it's basically like some of them are, the shorter leagues are like a 50, 60 game season. The longer leagues, you're getting more like 80, 90, maybe 100.
That's almost like high A now. What they have and all these. Yeah. So many things in baseball have changed. Where I lived in Brooklyn, we had the Brooklyn Cyclones, which is they moved the Cyclones, I think, to a higher A now. As the Mets organization, we did have the Staten Island Yankees in Staten Island, but unfortunately they weren't drawing. So what the MLB did was they got rid of a lot of minor league teams and they made it an independent league now. And our friend Gary Perone, who was with the Brooklyn Cyclones and Staten Island Yankees, is in charge of the the team again? The Staten Island Ferry Hawks.
Okay.
In Staten Island now. So there's all these new independent leagues. Didn't you just? What did you go to? Minor league, right? Where'd you go?
When?
During the summer? The Argoats or something?
No, I went to the draft league, MLB
You did
draft
the
league.
draft league, and then you went somewhere in PA. I remember you saying.
Well, this past season was Waterfront Park. That was MLB draft league at Thunder at.
The Trenton Thunderbolts, the old
Yep.
Yankees, and they moved over to Somerset.
And then I went to Lakewood. I went to Lakewood
That's the Phillies.
to see low Class A, the Jersey Blue Claws.
Yeah.
They're like the Philly guys, like Class A, before they go to.
Because I thought you and Amy had gone somewhere in PA, and I
no, that was last year. Last year,
last year.
Last year we went to Lehigh Valley,
Lehigh Valley,
Triple A Phillies last year.
There's like so many leagues and it's good in a way because baseball was the sport that everybody played in the neighborhood, little league, and it's changed so much over the years. From the time you played till now. And I looked you up and you said your best experience is stepping in the batter's box at Wrigley Field. Tell us about that experience when you got up to that dish, and I mean, the most iconic ballpark probably in the world besides Yankee Stadium and a couple other places.
I mean, so I grew up in Chicago. I grew up a Cubs fan. Of course, I was on the enemy team, the Brewers. But just to make my debut in Wrigley Field was awesome. It kind of felt like it was fate or something. Like, worked out perfectly. And man, I had all sorts of friends from growing up who were at the game, and they didn't know I was there. They just was a Friday night game at Wrigley Field, and so they got off work and they went to the game. Like, I know that guy.
Look who it is.
So I mean, man, I got in that. You know how you just feel pumped. Like the adrenaline.
Got the chills and everything, right?
Yeah, yeah. My wife always told me I should kiss the ground before I got in the box.
Did you?
Shy to do stuff like that, you know what I mean? But it probably would have made a good entrance. Matt Clement was pitching.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, there's a lot going on. Maybe I better get my bearings about me before I do it. So I'm gonna watch a pitch, and he grooved one right in my wheelhouse, and I just let it go by.
Be with you. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Hello.
Yeah, that was the pizza guy. So, he finally made it. So it was a Friday night. Your friends didn't know. So they just walked to the game, and then after they say, "Oh crap, that's our friend, our buddy." Now after the game, did they wait and you guys meet after the game with you and your friends and your family and all that stuff?
I didn't really see anyone after the game, but all the messages are blowing up and that sort of thing. And I mean, the girl I went to school with since kindergarten, she took all sorts of pictures, and later, sent me this photo album of all these pictures from that, first game, which are just awesome to have. But yeah, so just it was just wild how many people there I knew from growing up, and of course that adds a little extra pressure, but it's already maxed out when your first game. I mean, it's I don't know if anyone's not nervous their first game. I mean, how could you not be? But the adrenaline's amazing, and I always regret I took that first pitch that Matt Clement threw, because he just served it up. Maybe he was just trying to get ahead. Maybe he was going to give me one to say, "Here you go. Let's see what you can do. I'll give you one, shot at me." I have no idea, but I'm like, damn, why didn't I swing at that? And then he just starts throwing nasty stuff. So I get the 2 strikes. I'm like, well, gee, I don't want to strike out my first at bat. So I just got the bat on the ball somehow, and it was a fielder's choice to short. But I was just like, at least I didn't whiff.
Yeah.
So when you were with the Brewers, did you play in Milwaukee at all? Did you see a game at the state?
Yeah, so after Wrigley, the series there, we went to Milwaukee for a homestand.
That was a new stadium, right?
In the new one, Miller Park, eventually got my first big league hit there, an RBI, and we played the Reds and the Astros, I think, that series. Definitely the Reds, though.
That's when the Astros were a National League team. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Don't get me started with that. It doesn't make sense what they do. How could you have two teams from Texas in the same division? That's like putting the Mets and Yankees in the same one. It was the pizza guy.
The pizza guy.
Did he? Hold on. Did he bring dishes at least?
No. Of course not.
What he was supposed to eat on?
No paper towels.
Fire that man.
Ask him if he plays baseball.
Does he play baseball? There you go. So did you call it quits? Did you want to end it? Did you want to keep going in your career, or?
Well, like right out of college, I'm like, I call it quits. After a year, I'm off for the summer. I worked as a roofer for $7 an hour, and I'm like, well, why would I work for $7 an hour in the blazing hot sun when I could go play baseball for about the same pay? So I went back and played, and I did really well. And then the following year, I made another team, but I had some arm problems, and I couldn't pitch. They wanted me to pitch, so I had some arm problems. I couldn't throw, so I was released. I mean, because there's no injured list in independent ball. It's like either you can help us win today, or you're out of here. We got to get a new guy in. So once that happened, I basically retired again or quit again. And after a couple more years, it was what it was that 98 home run race, Sosa and McGuire. And when I was watching that, I was just like, man, this is awesome. I can't believe these guys are hitting the ball out of the park.
Right. Yep.
I didn't even think anyone could ever do it. And like, they're going to break the unbreakable record, which is, Babe Ruth's 61, and that made me want to play again. So I just got out there to play for fun. But once I started playing and got more into it, I kept looking for like a little higher level of competition. And eventually that just led me right back to independent ball. But I tried to focus on being an outfielder and a hitter then. From that point on, no, I never thought about quitting, and I didn't. Really, at the end of my career, they pretty much had to run me out. It was just like, they show me the door, and it's like, it's time to go, buddy,
Did you, now, what Major League Ball players then did you had the pleasure of bumping into and playing with?
So, I mean, in my career, just about everyone, you name them, if they're in the 90s or 2000s, I came across them somewhere at some point. But like my, on the Brewers, I was with, Richie Sexton and Matt Stairs.
Oh, wow.
Ben Sheets.
Jim Abbott, were you with him? Or no?
Okay.
Jim Abbott?
I don't think I ever met him.
He might have been off the team then, by then.
Yeah. And then, playing the Cubs, Sammy Sosa was one of the first people I met. I walked out on, the field at Wrigley Field to stretch out before BP, and the Cubs were taking batting practice. And he walked right over to me and introduced himself. And
oh, wow.
I acted like he was the one meeting someone famous.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he was super cool and friendly. But, they had Zambrano and Matt Clement, who was lights out at that time. And
there was some good ball players back in those days, man.
Kerry Wood.
Oh,
Mark Pryor.
The Cubs, they had some good teams then.
And Moises Alou and
yeah,
Fred Griff were on that team.
The Crime Dog.
Yeah.
Wow. Remember we hit that home run against the Yankees? You pinged off the pole in right field in the World Series. You can still hear it.
All right, so we have another question. Back to your fanism here. So before you're done. Before you started playing, and now you're done playing, what is your favorite team to root for? baseball team.
Oh, he's in Arizona.
Yeah. No, I mean, so, like when I grew up in Chicago, you're either a Cubs, you root for every Chicago team. And the only choice you got to make is, are you a Cubs fan or a Sox fan?
Yep.
Right.
That usually goes north side, south side, although I see more crossovers nowadays. But, I mean, you're just loyal to the city of Chicago, and that's it. You know, there's no
Mm-hmm.
Now out in California, like people are a little more fair weather fans. Although I gotta say, you know, these days Giants, Dodgers, Padres, it's pretty hardcore. But back when I was in the early '90s, it was more like they're more interested in surfing.
Yeah.
You know, catch a Padres game or something. But they could have liked any team all over the country. But
Yep.
I'm partial to the Padres because I lived in San Diego for about 15 years. You know, I'm always gonna. I'll go for the Diamondbacks because I'm Arizona native now, or not native, but, you know, transplant 15 years or more. And I'm still partial to the Cubs. I'm partial to the Brewers and Phillies because those were the two I played for. But beyond that, you know, I love the game of baseball, but I'm not like baseball fan. I don't have a team.
Okay.
So I think it
Just
was,
like me.
what was that last playoff match?
Yeah.
The Phillies were going to play the Padres. You know, I was like, well, now I got a tough decision.
You're in a dilemma right now.
I was in a dilemma. You know, I have to do that, and I think the Brewers and the Cubs played one year for something. You know, but outside of that, those are kind of my teams.
Okay.
Nice. It's like me. I'm a Yankee fan, but I love the sport. I love these teams who don't spend all that money and make the playoffs, who are surprises. And there were a lot of surprises this year because like we keep saying, Dodgers won 111 games. They got eliminated. If you could hit Judge 62 home runs, and if you ain't doing nothing in the playoffs in the big spots, that all means nothing. Those records in the playoffs, unless you're performing well.
Mm.
So, and this guy, he is a big Philly fan, so. He's always complaining about the relief pitching. You better start signing people.
Dabrowski's got. Don't worry, Dabrowski.
You want Chapman? You can have him.
No, they're not gonna have the Chapman. Dabrowski ain't gonna be waiting. He's gonna be all in getting the guys he needs.
Yeah, we were. My friend is just asking about Judge. Like I said, the kick in the ass if he went to the Giants, because the Yankees open up the 23 season against them at home. Could you imagine him walking out on right field in a Giants jersey? Oh my God!
Now, if they give him the money,
they'll be throwing stuff at
they give him the money.
Brian
he's
Cashman
asking
and Hal
for.
Steinbrenner.
They're giving him the money that he's asking
I
for.
think he'll get it. There is the. Let me ask Jim. These contracts are outrageous, are they not? What these guys are making?
For the top end players, it seems kind of ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, they get to name their price because they're kind of one of a kind. And you know, if the owner's got the money, you know, and they want to win or they want to show the fans that they're trying to win, and they pay it. I mean, maybe I don't know what ideas are out there. And you know, for me, like I'm never gonna feel sorry for like a billionaire owner because
Yeah,
fine, and it's their choice. But you know, it seems like just for parity in baseball, and you know, for the competition, this playing field to stay a little more level, like something would probably have to be done to sort of both bring up the bottom end and put a cap on the top end. That's not something I have super thought out though, so I don't really have any answers for that.
Now you wrote an autobiography of your career. You want to tell everybody about that?
Okay, so I wrote a book called The Pizza Guy Delivers, and right here.
There it is.
I self-published on Kindle Direct Publishing, so you can get it on Amazon. Ebook, paperback, hardback. It's Pizza Guy Delivers because I spent most of my off seasons delivering pizzas.
I like the title. I just love that title. It's great. It's a catchy one. I love it.
So, as I was up and coming from independent through the ranks of the minors to the majors, that's what, the sports writers were kind of catching on to is their angle on the story. Like this guy was delivering pizzas and out of baseball, and now he's cracking the big leagues. So I stayed with that. Actually, I worked for Milo's Pizza in the San Diego State College area, and Milo's the
Nice.
boss. And he was such a cool guy that I named my son Milo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's great. I can hear John Sterling's home run call for him. And a pizza guy delivers deep to right. Oh man, he's nuts. But you gotta love some of these announcers. And Harry was still alive when you were in Chicago, right? Harry,
Oh, yeah, I love to.
See? That's a chill right there. When a guy, that's
Harry was the best.
singing that
He's a legend.
That's great. Oh, I just got a chill thinking about it. Well, Jim, it's been a pleasure. We want to thank you for coming on. You're always welcome. The door's always open. And
Definitely.
we'll catch you. You know what? We'll catch him down the road. We'll do it could be on our what's that special we're doing this summer? Help me out. With the winter meeting special where we predict where these guys are gonna sign and wherever. So I'll send you the invite.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Rushford, all the way from Arizona. Jim, thank you so much, pal.
Thanks a lot for having me.
All right.
welcome.
All right.
You guys have
Oh, that's great. Pizza guy delivers. And they delivered our pie, but no dishes.
Yep, no dish.
Oh, there's Gumanzagami's over there. There you go.
Paper towels here. Paper
Gumanzagami, paper towels.
Paper towel.
Really, what it's called?
Gumanzagami. It's a thing of it. Don't ask.
I don't know. Paper towel.
He threw in the towel. It's all over.
Throw in the towel. Paper towel.
We haven't eaten on
Your show just
we-
for that fucking joke.
we we haven't eaten on the air in a while. What's the last time? It was like it was the old one in Eatontown. What was it? Taco?
Taco.
We had tacos, McDonald's, and everything else.
Yeah, when so Matt doesn't chew off his finger.
You know what? Jim is great, man. I love those kinds of stories. We wish him the best, and of course we're gonna have him back on. We love having people back on. Just a couple of big announcements. Should I hold off on the Judge is gonna probably be back as a Yankee because if he doesn't, there'll be bedlam in the Bronx. There'll be they'll toss the 4 train off the rails upstairs. But really big shoe. We're going to mention this. Mark it on your calendars, folks. January 25th. That's a Wednesday night because the show's a Wednesday night. I know it's a weeknight, and if you can make it, January 25th, 2023, live at 7 p.m. from the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center. Now, I've been trying to put this together for a while, and because of the pandemic happened when we were at Sean Casey up in South Hills, PA that weekend, and everything got stopped. The show is going to be live. It's limited. It's a private event, limited to 65 people, and it's in the place where the Yankees do their hot stove. It's like that mini stadium look inside. It's a private event, and tickets will be sold. Keep your eye out on the Talking Baseball page for the event. We have to link up with a ticket company to sell tickets. Please come out. Price of the ticket includes the admission to the museum. You can walk around, take pictures, tour the place, come hang with us, have a good night. I will be definitely trying to get a special guest as well on that. And also, I said, you know what, Sal? Let's kick another door down. Let's go for the gusto for 23. I wrote to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, and I says, hi, my name is Sal Angioletti, creator and host of Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti. I was wondering if it would be possible to cover the 2023 Hall of Fame ceremony. So when I came out of the doctor's today after my my checkup. I saw the email. They said, sure, make sure you apply to the make an application as of May 1st. We'll start giving out the credentials or apply for the credentials. So Talking Baseball will hopefully be up in Cooperstown for the Hall of Fame ceremonies. I'm really excited about that.
Nice.
And as we take another leap, what a way to kick off year 5. We're not stopping there. We're trying to get back on FM radio, of course. We're going to iron out the works. And we also want to give a shout out to the sports. Am I saying this right? The Empire Sports Network or the Sports Empire Network and Freddie and the crew over on the other side. We want to thank you for having us on Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Anybody watching on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV? There's so many streaming devices out there now. It's like I think cable's going to be obsolete soon because you know what? I'm a Devils fan. Let's go 14 in a row tonight. Hopefully, with that hockey team, they look great this year. You can't even get the Devils on radio. They're not even on a radio station anymore. So it's like you got to listen, either watch the game on TV on the MSG or the app or the Devils app. So it's like it's weird that a team is not anywhere on radio. It's like crazy because the fan carries the Yankees and Brooklyn Nets basketball. So it's really crazy what goes on lately. And talking about other things, a lot of teams are going to be making a lot of moves. I think the Angels are done being a laughing stock, like I said, in the West. Yankees better start making some moves soon. We know Chapman's not coming back, so you signed IKF again of shortstop. So
that tells you you're not going for Correa.
Oh, Correa! I'm telling you where Correa's going. He's going to be a Dodger. He's definitely going to be a Dodger. You see who the Dodgers just released? Cody Bellinger.
Oh yeah,
There's that one out there. And Luke Voigt hit one to Detroit. He's another free agent. Come back to the Bronx. We can use him. And him and Rizzo go switch on and off. Rizzo.
I don't know that.
Why not?
I don't know. That will be
so many options. You gotta bring Benny back to the Bronx to play left field. Get rid of Hicks, please. I'll hail a cab for him and Chapman at the same time. Jesus. No more.
Yeah, I don't think you
should have went after Brett Gunner again. You should have re-signed him.
See, I don't think Voigt would be a good option because Rizzo's going to play at least 130 games at first base.
Oh, open that box. Open the box. What do we got here? Watch you don't spill your Dunkin' because they'll dunk your head. What is that here? What do we got here?
Jeez. So, I don't know. I really...
Manja.
So,
How long was this guy sitting outside? That's pizza's cold.
Is it really?
I really want, for the Phillies, I want them to go after...
you can't blame them. It's cold outside, so...
Not really. It's better than it was a couple of days ago.
So, good. You got to ask?
I was... I really want Trey Turner, but they're saying that they may be going after Bogarts to play short because of the Boston connection with him and Dabrowski. I would take Bogarts, but really I want Trey Turner. That's who I really want.
I think Trey Turner is going to be a Met. That's what I think.
Yeah, but you have they have what's his name? They have Lindor at short, and they have McNeil at second.
Well, somebody's not coming back. Well, I don't know if DeGrom is coming back because it's a little scary right now. They said he's interested in playing for Texas. So let's just say, for all you hypothetically, DeGrom doesn't come back. The Mets are even talking to Verlander. Verlander's not going back to Houston at all.
Why not? He should.
He's not. He's a free agent. Not that. I'm telling you, there's something going on over in Houston. You win a World Series. They just profited in, I think, the highest amount of money for a World Championship. I think 37 million, and whatever, however they do it, 500,000 and change or whatever it is. So it's weird that you win. It's been a while. The GM is gone. Verlander is gone. What's going on in Houston? They catch somebody else in that train with cameras giving signals out? I'm just happy for Dusty Baker. It's, he won as a player. But never won as a manager, so good for him. Now, what I want to turn to is what I posted on the show page. If you give me a second. Here it goes, folks. The 2023 Hall of Fame ballots. And we're going to play in or not. So, you ready? Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Fans can chime in. Whoever's watching. Paul Macchia, John Gonzalez, of course. First up is Bobby Abreu, former Philly and Yankee. As John Starling would say, Bobby Abreu is sweet as candy. All right. Thumbs down?
Not him.
Okay. Bronson Arroyo. Thumbs down. Carlos Beltran. That's an iffy. That's a medium? On the fence? On the fence?
On the fence.
On the fence.
On the fence right now.
How about Mark Burrell?
Mark Burley.
Or Burley.
Right. Same thing. Middle.
Okay.
Middle of the line.
Matt Cain.
No.
Thumbs down. R.A. Dickey.
Nice with what he did is late in the career, but no.
I don't even want to say this name.
No.
You know who I'm talking about. Jacoby Ellsbury.
No. He's not in.
Somebody go find him and he robbed the Yankees.
No. Not in.
Andre Ethier.
No.
J.J. Hardy.
No.
I think this guy's getting in. Todd Helton.
Yeah, he's getting in this year. Oh, he's getting in.
Okay.
More votes. More votes for him.
Torrey Hunter.
Good career, but no.
Okay.
Not this year, no.
Andrew Jones.
I say yes.
How many allowed in?
Whatever they want to do.
Jeff Kent. This guy definitely deserves the Hall of Fame. He deserves it. Never mind.
Should. He may not get the total votes, but he'll probably get close to it, what he needs, but close. Yeah. Not there yet, but he's going to get close.
John Lackey.
No. Lackey, no.
Mike Napoli. Oh, he was a good player, Mike.
No. Good player, but no. Mike Napoli, no.
Johnny Peralta.
No.
Andy Pettit.
Pettit? This year he won't get in.
That's his last, I think, right?
I don't
Is
know.
it his last? Okay, here we go. Manny Ramirez.
Oh, man. I think he's going to be in the middle with Pettit, middle of the line.
Okay.
Not enough votes this year.
I'm not going to mention him.
He's not going to get the votes because with what he did.
Okay, Francisco Rodriguez.
Frankie Rodriguez, no, won't get in this year. No.
Now, some of your boys are coming up. Scott Rowland.
He'll be close. You know what? I think he's gonna get in. Thumbs up.
Jimmy Rollins.
Rollins, J-Roll. He's not gonna get in. Not this year, no.
Gary Sheffield.
Chef should. I don't know what his percentage was last year, so I don't know. I think it was too far back, so I don't think he'll get in.
Hudson Street.
Houston Street.
Hudson Street. Whatever they call it. Houston, Hudson,
No,
Coco Beware,
no.
Blackjack Mulligan.
No.
Omar Vizquel.
I'm saying yes. Thumbs up. He's in. I say yes.
Billy Wagner.
No, I say no.
Wow, you really hate him.
I don't hate him. I don't think.
I know. I'm only kidding.
I don't think he'll get in this year.
The other Weaver, Jared.
No.
And finally, Mr. Jason Worth. First year on a ballot.
No. Won't get in. This
Really?
Year. Won't get in this year. No. Won't get in. He won't get in.
All right.
Won't get in. I say definite. I have Helton, Jones, and Omar Vizquel. Those are my three. Definites. Definitely definites.
Okay.
Those are my three different people.
All right. So let's turn the page before we go. And let me get it here. This pizza's delicious. Thank you. This is the place we went to with Matty Ice that night.
Okay.
All right. You ready? Let's do it, folks.
Chris, you want one more? Yes, please. Here, take one more.
It is time for our football picks.
Yep.
All right, here we go. The Buffalo Bills tomorrow at Detroit. They haven't left in a week, because of that big snowstorm. They stayed in Detroit. Smart move.
My cousin actually lives in Buffalo. She actually she moved up there for work and with her boyfriend and stuff. Almost 6 feet of snow.
That's nothing. Our sanitation worker is going to do it right away.
I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm going with Detroit. Detroit's been playing good. I'm going with Detroit.
And they upset the Giants over the weekend.
Yes, they did.
And speaking of which, going to AT&T Stadium tomorrow. Big game. Both teams are 7-3. Dallas just shellacked Minnesota like they weren't even there. I think they were playing the game with themselves. But your Eagles are 9-1. Both these teams are fighting for a playoff spot. Both tied. If the Giants don't win this game, I think they're not making the playoffs.
All right, so Matty Ice, Matt, and Kevin, if you're listening out there, hello. Tomorrow, you boys better not prove me wrong. You boys better not mess with my emotions here. I'm going with the G-Men. Please come through and beat the Cowgirls tomorrow, please, for me. I'm going with the G-Men. G-Men.
Right. Hold on, I lost that a second. Next up is the Patriots at Vikings. Patriots coming up another upset to the Jets, who are in big trouble after what I heard today. But
yeah, Mike White's playing. He put Wilson to the bench. So I'm going with New England. I'm going with the Patriots.
an upset over the Vikes.
Yes, because I need the Vikes to lose.
Okay.
I'm going with New England.
And that game is in Minnesota?
Yes. With them getting spanked like they did against Dallas, turn around with Belichick coming in. I'm going with New England, man. I'm going with the Pats.
All right. I'm probably gonna go with the Dolphins on this one. The Finns are home against the Texans.
The fish.
Fish time. Fish time.
The fish.
Sorry, I'm hungry. After what I've been through in these last few days,
The fish.
I might even eat a plastic box.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
All right. Cincinnati Bengals,
Right.
Tennessee Titans.
Rematch of last year's AFC divisional game, which I said Cincinnati was going to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in Cincinnati or Tennessee?
In Tennessee.
What's the spread?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, no spread.
I'm just going by the schedule.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
All right.
The upset Tennessee.
Now, somebody, I don't know what happened in Denver. I guess Seattle knew what was going on. Mr. Wilson. But the Broncos have not played up to their expectations. You signed a guy for that money, and he hasn't performed well. And Denver's playing the Carolina Panthers.
Is it in Denver or Carolina?
Carolina.
Man, I'm going with Carolina.
Okay, good.
I'm going with Carolina.
The Bears over in the swamps of New Jersey against the Jets, and because of Mr. Wilson's comments, got him benched. And he'd be third stringing it that day. Jets don't win this, they're in big trouble.
Mm-hmm. Jets, Jets, Jets.
You win a big game against Green Bay. You had the bye week. You're all fired up. They needed that game against New England to save face, and they didn't do it. Now, this team goes into Monday night, beat your Eagles for their first loss. They win again over the weekend, and they're playing the Falcons. Who do you got?
Commanders.
I'm going with the hot hand, huh?
Commanders.
The GOAT, Mr. Brady, against the Browns.
Oh, man. Where's the game in? Tampa? Or Cleveland?
In Cleveland. He's used to the cold there.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Wow.
That defense is good. They're going to be running the ball. I'm going with Cleveland in an upset over in Tampa Bay.
Now, we got the Vegas Raiders. And it's going to be the Oakland A's will be going there. Against the Seahawks.
No one cares. I'm going with Seattle.
Nobody cares.
I'm going with Seattle.
We got the Chargers and the Cards.
Cardinals. Cardinals got embarrassed Monday in Mexico City by the 49ers. I'm going with the Chargers.
All right. Speaking of which, I don't know what happened to this team, the Saints. I'm playing the 49ers.
49ers, man, they're on a roll. 49ers are playing real good.
Now, this was supposed to be the game, besides the Bills playing them, this was supposed to be the game, the watch all game.
Right.
The defending champions look horrendous this year.
Yeah.
And you're going in with the future GOAT and Mr. Mahomes as they play the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Woo!
I told you the Rams weren't that good. I'm telling you, the Rams weren't that good.
You said it. You said it at the beginning of the year.
The Rams ain't that good. I'm telling you. They're overhyped. I'm going with Kansas City, man. The Rams are waiting for. They're ready. They want the season to be over, so they get ready for next year. I'm going with the Chiefs.
All right, your team against this team who they put this quarterback
They're a mess.
on the. We're trading him. Who wants him?
They're a mess. They're a mess.
And he keeps coming on that show and saying, "Oh, you know, everything's fine." You know, so I think it's going to be a good one. Your Eagles and Packers.
They're a mess. I want them to. The Eagles are going to win. The Eagles should, with them being a mess, and losing to.
Now, do you see him starting now, Rogers? Is he going to start Sunday? You think, or
They're not. They're going to start him if they're not going to. They give him all that money. So
here's another team. And this is
I got the Eagles. The Eagles should win by 10 points.
okay.
If they don't win by 10, if they don't win by 10 points, then the Eagles have to get their stuff together before the playoff time starts. But I think if they win on Sunday, they could actually clinch a playoff berth. So I got the Eagles winning by at least 10 points on Monday,
All right.
on Sunday night.
The Monday night game is the Steelers and Colts. But the following Thursday is the big one. Bills and Patriots over in New England.
I'm going with Monday night. I'm going to go with the Colts. I'm going to have the Colts to beat Pittsburgh. We'll go over them next week on Thursday next week before on the show next week. That's going to be a good game.
That's right.
That's going to be a good game.
You know what? I'm excited that all these great things are happening. Like I said, we're going to be at the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center. That's by Mount Clair University. It's considered Little Falls, New Jersey. January 25th at 7 p.m. I have to link up a ticket thing so people can buy tickets. We're limited to 65. I already got a couple of yeses already.
So with show starting at 7, so doors will open at what 5:30?
Well, we have to be there. We got to be there early. I looked at the email. I got to print out the contract and stuff. But
okay.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to have fun as always. This crazy crew hopefully could come. You know, it's so great. We haven't seen Christian in a long time, No more cannoli cake from Matt. So that always gets him. Well, folks, remember tomorrow, don't eat too much turkey because if you do, you're going to gobble up. Throw him out of here with that joke. Folks, we want to wish everyone safe, healthy Thanksgiving. And back in the day when I was growing up, Thursday and Friday, because I'm showing my age, we used to have the King Kong and Godzilla marathons on Channel 9. So make sure you watch your honeymooners tomorrow. And of course, this is my buddy Big C Call. Christian, thank you. Ming on the other side somewhere. He's at the Devils game, hopefully 14 in a row. K-Wall, Matty Ice, always family. Hey, we want to thank everybody for watching. And of always, New Jersey.
Stay classy.
This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.